What is unemployment insurance? Unemployment insurance, also called unemployment benefits, is a type of state-provided insurance that pays out when you lose your job and meets certain eligibility requirements. You will not receive unemployment benefits if you quit your job or are self-employed or if you are fired for cause. The benefits are primarily paid out by state governments and funded by specific payroll taxes collected for that purpose. Understanding unemployment insurance. The Unemployment Initiative is a joint program between individual state governments and the federal government. Unemployment insurance provides cash stipends to unemployed workers who actively seek employment. Compensation to eligible unemployed workers is through the Federal Unemployment Tax Act, along with state employment agencies. Each state has an unemployment insurance program, but all states must follow specific guidelines outlined by federal law. Federal law makes unemployment benefits relatively ubiquitous across state lines. The U.S. Department of Labor oversees the program and ensures compliance within each state. Workers who meet specific eligibility requirements may receive up to 26 weeks of cash benefits a year. The weekly cash stipend is designed to replace half of the employee's regular wage, on average. States fund unemployment insurance using taxes levied on employers. The majority of employers will pay both federal and state unemployment, Federal Unemployment Tax Act. Companies that have 501(c)(3) status do not pay Federal Unemployment Tax Act. These states also require minimal employee contributions to the state unemployment fund. Reportable income includes freelance worker jobs that unemployment insurance recipients were paid for in cash. Out-of-work persons who do not find employment after a 26-week period may become eligible for an extended benefits program if it is available. Extended benefits give unemployed workers an additional 13 to 20 weeks of unemployment benefits. The availability of extended benefits will depend on a state's overall unemployment situation. Pandemic Emergency Unemployment Compensation, one of the 3 special COVID-19 programs, extends unemployment benefits for 13 weeks. Eligibility and claim requirements. An unemployed person must meet 2 primary requirements to qualify for unemployment insurance benefits. An unemployed individual must meet state-mandated thresholds for either earned wages or time worked in a stated base period. The state must also determine that the eligible person is unemployed through no fault of their own. A person may file an unemployment insurance claim when fulfilling these 2 requirements. Individuals file claims in the state where they worked. A participant may file claims by phone or on the state unemployment insurance agency's website. After the first application, it generally takes 2 to 3 weeks for processing and approval of a claim. After approval of a claim, the participant must either file weekly or bi-weekly reports that test or confirm their employment situation. Reports must be submitted to remain eligible for benefit payments. An unemployed worker cannot refuse work during a week, and on each weekly or bi-weekly claim, they must report any income that they earned from freelance or consulting gigs. Here are some queries you may have regarding unemployment benefits. Who qualifies for the $600 unemployment? Employee eligibility. An individual is eligible for the full $600 weekly payment if the individual receives $1 or more in regular unemployment compensation for the week from an individual's home state. Can I claim benefits if I resign? Did you know that if you voluntarily quit your job without just cause, you will not be paid regular benefits? However, you may still be paid maternity, parental, sickness, and compassionate care benefits as long as you qualify for these benefits. Do you have to be unemployed to get unemployment? According to the Department of Labor, you need to meet 2 criteria to qualify for unemployment. You are unemployed through no fault of your own. That means you are out of a job due to reasons beyond your control, like a layoff. How much is the unemployment benefit in USA? The average person receives $378 a week in unemployment benefits, according to U.S. Labor Department data as of year-end 2019. But that figure masks wide variation among states. How long does the $600 a week for unemployment last? $167 plus $600 per week for each week you are unemployed due to COVID-19. Based on your claim date, you can get benefits for up to a total of 46 weeks, minus any regular UI and Fed-Ed benefits you received beginning February 2, 2020. Does everyone on unemployment get extra $600? It depends on where you live. Workers in most states are eligible for up to 26 weeks of unemployment benefits from regular state-funded unemployment compensation, but some states allow for fewer weeks. Under a new federal law, you can receive an extra $600 per week from April 5, 2020 until July 31, 2020. Can you collect unemployment if you are unemployed? Eligibility based on type of job loss. A person is eligible for unemployment if he or she is unemployed for reasons other than his or her own fault, such as a layoff. If you quit or are fired for some form of misconduct, you are unlikely to be eligible for unemployment. How does unemployment affect the economy? According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics (BLS), when workers are unemployed, their families lose wages, and the nation as a whole loses their contribution to the economy in terms of the goods or services that could have been produced. In this way, unemployment even impacts those who are still employed. What are good reasons for leaving a job to collect unemployment? Here are some reasons for quitting that might entitle you to collect unemployment. Constructive discharge. Medical reasons. Another job. Domestic violence. To care for a family member. How do I file for unemployment insurance? The U.S. Department of Labor's unemployment insurance programs provide unemployment benefits to eligible workers who become unemployed through no fault of their own and meet certain other eligibility requirements. Unemployment insurance is a joint state-federal program that provides cash benefits to eligible workers. Each state administers a separate unemployment insurance program, but all states follow the same guidelines established by federal law. Am I eligible? Each state sets its own unemployment insurance benefits eligibility guidelines, but you usually qualify if you are unemployed through no fault of your own. In most states, this means you have to have separated from your last job due to a lack of available work. Meet work and wage requirements. You must meet your state's requirements for wages earned or time worked during an established period of time referred to as a base period. Meet any additional state requirements. Find details of your own state's program. How do I apply? To receive unemployment insurance benefits, you need to file a claim with the unemployment insurance program in the state where you worked. Depending on the state, claims may be filed in person, by telephone, or online. You should contact your state's unemployment insurance program as soon as possible after becoming unemployed. Generally, you should file your claim with the state where you worked. If you worked in a state other than the one where you now live, or if you worked in multiple states, the state unemployment insurance agency where you now live can provide information about how to file your claim with other states. When you file a claim, you will be asked for certain information, such as addresses and dates of your former employment. To make sure your claim is not delayed, be sure to give complete and correct information. It generally takes 2 to 3 weeks after you file your claim to receive your first benefit check.